Hi, Relationship Smith. I'm Paige from the Stubborn Love podcast, and I found this fun question on Reddit and was wondering if you had an answer. So, this user, Duck on Quack 21, posted the following.
Like the name.
I, 25 male, think I caught my girlfriend, 24 female, cheating. TLDR is my bisexual girlfriend went home with a girl she's attracted to. First off, let me state that my girlfriend is bisexual. We have our location shared with each other in case of emergency. It was actually her idea to share locations with each other. We have been dating for about a year, and I'm moving into her house in a few months. Anyway, she works at a bar and told me that a new girl got hired and is also happening to be a stripper. My girlfriend suspected the new girl might have a crush on her as she gets very physical with her at work, grabbing her to dance, spinning her around at random times, etc. She also told me that the new girl is attractive. I didn't think anything of it at the time. My girlfriend and I are very open about things. We talk about interactions where people hit on us, and I think it's funny and whatnot. And we have never had any secrets with our phones or have ever checked on each other's phones. Anyway, we have sort of a deal
Alright.
going on where if she is working at the bar, I just ask that she lets me know when she leaves and is safe and whatnot. Tonight,
Fair.
I went to bed early because I was really tired, and I went to bed with the peace of mind that she lets me know she's off when she's safe and stuff. She texted me at 2 a.m. asking if I was awake. I saw the text at 3 a.m. when I briefly woke up for a second. I asked if she made it home. I checked her location and noticed she was at a home that I didn't recognize. She texted me a minute later and responded that she walked with the new girl to her house because she was at the bar after her shift drinking with her, so she couldn't drive. So basically, I
Yeah.
usually wake up and see that she is home safe or whatever, but tonight I woke up and she was in a person's house that she's attracted to. She walked 20 minutes through a bad part of town and was at her house. She only told me she was at her house when I asked. I also should mention that a few weeks ago, she was showing me something on her phone and a message popped up from the new girl, and she quickly tapped and responded the phone facing away from me. I asked what that was all about, and she said, "We don't have to share everything with each other all the time." Even though we always have, I moved on from it right away and haven't thought about it until tonight when I saw her at this new girl's house. I've always trusted my girlfriend, and we love each other very much and talk about marriage frequently and traveling and such. We've got big plans. This is all a lot for me to take in, and I'm confused and hurt. Should I be worried about this? All right. What do you think?
Wow. I can't imagine what the responses to that were. I'm sure most of them were saying, "She's cheating, she's lying to you," and I I'm not sure, honestly. She seems like she was answering questions and she wasn't hiding anything and everything checked out. I walked to her house. I'm at her house now. She responded a minute later. She seems like she's being honest and responsive about everything to me. And the weird thing about this one is he says he trusts her. And all the actions are I don't check for her location usually, and I don't dig through her stuff. And it seems like everything up until that night, that moment, he absolutely trusted her. And I'm wondering if something changed, or is he just jealous of her having a new friend? And she's right; she can hide her phone from him. Maybe they were talking about something he said that he would snap at if he found out she had a confidant that she was sharing her life with, and some of it included him. I don't think that's a sign that somebody's cheating. They just want privacy, and everybody wants privacy, sometimes about important things, sometimes about stupid things. And people deserve their privacy. I don't see a negative in her hiding her phone from him. She doesn't owe him a look. She doesn't have to uh, get reach out and say, "Hey, I'm doing these things." I think she's being honest, and I think his increasing jealousy is that their situation changed. Until they met this new girl who he can see as a threat or as a rival lover. He can see her as that, and it's the same as her hanging out with a new hot guy that thinks she's attractive or is interested in her. He's gonna have the same feelings and emotions that maybe she's not including him. What they both need to do is if this girl is going to be a friend of her, she needs to be a friend of the relationship. She needs to be part of his life on some level so he knows her and he could trust her. and that, that there's something that they all share together. Things can't just change and he's going to be okay. So I'm not saying he's being a jerk and not trusting her. I think it's something he needs to work on. In some ways, to begin trusting is to be more aware of the situation and more aware of the people involved, and to build a comfort level with the new person. I th- I would just open up the discussion. I would not assume that the girlfriend's cheating. I wonder what the responses were. You
Yeah.
guys have anything on that one?
I mean, is there a, I mean, we always go back to this, and I hate saying this literally every show, but I mean, it goes back to context. I mean, what is the
Mhm.
context? What is the pattern of behavior that makes you worry about that? I mean, outside of the, location and all that fun stuff, I mean, they opted for that. So why is that a concern? And if so, I mean, that's pretty targeted too. Like, they held the phone. That's really like, you notice those things, and that's something you're aware of. So what made you go there? So that's the first question I'd
Yeah,
have,
I think
honestly, as a person.
for me, yeah, again, it's context and we don't know the whole thing. And obviously, he's painting it to look like one thing. Has he checked her location before? I honestly think that the new person that's attractive and has, according to his girlfriend, flirted with her, possibly. I think that just it's a change in their relationship. It's a change in the way he looks at her and what she does for a living. And he's added more variables, and he doesn't know this other woman. He's never met her. He's not been and seen them at work. He's not been invited out for drinks, that sort of thing. I think if he was more included, he would help build his own trust level. I felt through the beginning of it that he did really trust her, and I think it was just one little thing, and it's just changed his vector just enough that he now looked at his phone to find out what's going on. I mean, it's 3 a.m., but no, no.
The shenanigans happen at 3 a.m. I'm sorry.
That can happen at any time. It could happen at
Yeah.
work. That could happen at her house. She's
And we've
answering
talked about
questions.
people.
She's picking up her phone immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the usual telltale signs are, ghosting and, making up stories.
Oh,
And
my phone was off.
obviously,
Or turn your phone. She
yeah.
could have turned her phone
Yeah.
off. That's the easy way.
Yeah, but I mean, instead in this case, it was like pick up immediately and then wonder why. Again, there's context things in here. I don't want to read into this because that puts you in a bad place
Yeah.
immediately. So that's a conversation that needs to be had. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to read off a quick uh,
No.
will I ever get over my ex? And we haven't done one like this before. I don't. So once I, a female, 29, love somebody, male, 29, so much with everything I had and everything I was. Our relationship was very toxic, largely due to me. She takes personal responsibility. So we constantly had very high highs and very low lows. It's been years since we broke up, but I still love this person and can't move on. This person was my first and only love until now. Now I met someone else new. This new guy, also 29, is great. I'm falling for him, but only superficially. The thought of my ex breaks me like nothing else. Every song we listened to, every movie or book we liked, every place in town we visited together, we ate every food we ate. It seems like I can't move on. I've been with my ex for I've been with my ex for years and only 2 months with new guys or new guy. Will it ever get better?
Yeah. Always. It always gets better. Everybody who is happily married right now went through a bad breakup. Almost everybody. Let's say a lot of them. It's so many that to not go through a bad breakup before getting married is a statistical anomaly. I don't know. I don't know the actual numbers. I'm not sure there's a way to get them. But so many people have been with somebody for years and been broken up with or dumped, and uh, you move on. You learn. And here's the other thing: the songs that you liked, and the bands, and the books, and whatever movies that you really loved, and you have very deep memories that are attached to that person. You will love them again. You will read them for the comfort you felt when you were with that person, not necessarily to think of them, but they were good points in your life. Just because you had a bad ending doesn't mean that all those good things aren't good. You learned stuff, you grew as a person, you felt comfort, you felt love, you gave love. It's all right to hold on to those things, and you will for later. Right now, you need to keep moving forward. That's the one direction you can't move. You can't go backwards. You have to keep moving forward. You don't have to find your next boyfriend tomorrow. You don't have to feel great when you wake up next Thursday. You can slip back and feel bad every once in a while, but keep moving forward. Find ways to improve yourself. Take singing lessons, learn photography, join a jogging club, whatever you enjoy doing that you've put off because you were spending time with someone else. Now you have the time, and you could take a weekend class at community college. You can start a business like you've always wanted. You can do so many things. And as you do those things, you will heal as a person. You will grow. You will get to a point where you can date someone else and build a successful and happy relationship because you did it once. It's entirely possible to find somebody even better. Your first shot around lasted or well, maybe not your first, but you lasted 2 years with someone else. That says a lot. The next time is going to probably be longer, and you will get to that point. You're learning relationships just like you learn how to play guitar. You have to just keep doing it until you start getting it right, and you know what you like to do and what works best with you. You're going to be good. Yeah, I read a lot of those, and I have a lot of empathy for people going through it because I remember it. Uh, my first breakup, I spent a month pretty much sitting in a chair reading. I remember I read William Shatner's Tech Wars, and it is a horrible set of books. It's just
Do you
garbage.
really want to admit that on stream
Yeah,
right
I
now?
did.
Like that's
Like it was all I had, and I wasn't leaving the house to go get more books, and I forget why I even had them. Like as a joke. Like yeah, I remember and then it was total misery. I was whiny, cryy baby begging, couldn't imagine a future without her. And she did the right thing in not taking me back. And I know my life doesn't apply to someone else. I'm trying to tell you the empathy's there. It
right.
sucks.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I can't say magic words to make it all suddenly better. You're gonna go to sleep some nights and feel like crap, and you'll have anxiety, and it stinks. You're
Yeah.
basically withdrawing from an addiction. That's what love can do as well.
Yeah.
But you're doing good.
Nobody wants
You'll
to
get there.
hear like the sad part is nobody wants to hear like we've all been this through this before.
Yeah.
We've all done this, but they want to hear fix this. And that's the part that's the hardest is like, well, unfortunately, it's time and conversation that is going
hmm
to fix that, I believe. So,
And you can't just decide to be better. That's the other thing. Like it seems
yeah.
like your brain, you should be able to tell your brain what to do. I'm gonna move on, and I'm happy now. And your brain's like, not yet. Like we still got to work on some things, and I think the best way that I've phrased it to a lot of people, love can be an addiction. You've seen how people use love to do all kinds of bad things, and breaking up is like withdrawal. You're going through mourning. I mean, absolutely, you hit all
Yeah.
those stages, but you're losing something that you're used to having every day that made you feel good for so long. It's gonna take a while to bounce back.
Yeah. One thing I'm noticing in the past few podcasts, the past couple weeks, and not to shift gears too hard,
That's fine.
is I- I'm noticing a lot of coworker conversation. I don't know what's in the air this time of year, but I've just come across
You're
my
just back
fourth.
to the
I
office.
fell in love.
It's everybody returned to
It's like,
office. I think
yeah.
it's also
Oh, Jesus, that is such. Actually, that's a really good point.
no, it's a very good point. And also, this is the time of year when people are in the office without like we don't have the holiday every other week. Like
Yeah,
this is the long spell. This is right before the spring break. Well, it is the spring break, I guess, but like it's that. I remember in elementary school, just like this was hell. Like you knew
yeah,
summer was coming, but there was no like some presidential birthday or something coming to save your ass.
yeah. It's. I mean, man, Josh, nail on the
Yeah.
head. Guy who only speaks.
I spent the
Sorry, I
last
bust on.
2.5 years alone, and there's a girl at my office I think likes me. Probably common.
Well, I literally had a conversation with a friend just a couple days ago, and they were like, I think this office coworker likes me as well. It's in, obviously when we've spoke about this several shows before, where people are having issues with, am I reading this relationship right? They're very cautious about going into this. Fortunately, they are. But I mean, I'm walking into this other one. I'm going, I've noticed, I mean, we see a pattern, and obviously that's good, but this one more so than ever is just again another. I mean, today there's three co-worker conversations that took place. This one's I fell in love with a coworker who's in a relationship. I mean, this is, and Josh, nail on the head, buddy. Kudos to you.